Hello, humans of the internet. Welcome to Azurhia Under the Hood. I'm showing you my Trello board, which wasn't actually my goal. Please hold. I hope we're all doing well today. I am just going to work through some of these things. I've been trying to get it to. I'm actually going to just turn the music down. It's very aggro this morning. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, so my thought was just to start kind of what I was trying to do was I have a big complex Trello board to do with all of this surprising nobody who knows me, and I was in the process of just updating it, but I think for today I'm just going to work through some of these, the ones that are stubs, and just fill in some gaps, just for funsies really. I'm kind of coming at it from a very web point of view. This is not a linear process. Those of you who've been hanging out in my little test Discord will have started making characters, which has been really fun, and it's nice because it's giving me kind of focus for certain, like there are certain things I have to work out and kind of complete, I guess. Wow, it doesn't want to load these. Bro, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. I'll try this again. No, that's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. This one. What I really want is a list from the one, like the one that's gone the longest without editing. But I haven't figured out a way to make that list. So you would think you could go recent articles and then flip it, but you can't do that. That's not a thing. Sad, if you ask me. Okay, apparently this is not going to work. Rah. Ah, there we go. Okay. Cool. Like, I want to be able to sort it by like. Oh, okay, that's fine. We're gonna just fruitle into these and just have a play. I am very tempted to get real into the languages, but I also know what a massive time sink that could potentially be. Irani is the language of the Aranya. It is mostly only spoken in traditional are primarily found in the jungle. Who grow up in cities or other settlements seldom speak it unless they're consciously meaning it. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Parent languages. Backgrounds or ethnicities, I think. What does phonology actually mean? We're about to dive into linguistics, folks. Come with me on a journey of linguistics. Okay, is that an actual definition? Okay. Every time I'm like, is this AI making something up? Okay, the system of contrastive relationships among the speech sounds that constitute the fundamental components of a language. So it's how it sounds, essentially. Okay, so I would say Arani. A. What's the word I want? Like glossa. Glossa. Glossa? Glossa. Am I saying that right? No one's gonna know who watches this. But I'm thinking a lot of clicks is what I'm getting at. Spiders click. Valeric. Ooh. What I wanted. I want like the lingo of phonology. Inventory of 10 vowels. Click consonants. Whoa. Zulu has like 4, which are the only ones I can do. 3. And I think is the Xhosa is kind of that one, but they have 18. I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between those ones. I only know Zulu because I grew up in Zululand. KwaZulu. KwaZulu. Place of the Zulus. Okay, so I didn't find the word that I wanted. That was in the other one. It was a... Oh, guys, this is such... See, this is why I was scared of going into this, because it's such a deep dive. But I want, like... There's... What was the word that was in the thing? Valeric. This seems like a good one. I actually feel like it would be closer to... like the I don't even know what the right terminology is anymore. Oh, okay, those are different. Want a descriptive word. Okay, description of language with clicks. I feel like there's an actual word I'm looking for. I just can't. No AI. Fuck off. What is the like? There are lots of them. Oh my god. There isn't. All right. Never mind. I will say is a percussive language which includes any clicking I'm like what does it sound like? What does it sound like? What about the rolled what go away. Oh, this does the clicks for you. Yeah, turn the music off for a sec. Just stop. Can you make the noises? I'm not making the noises. I can't hear the noises. No, can't hear them. Oh well, that's fine. Like the Zulu ones, are the one that's written as a C, which is no, it's like at the front, and the one that's written as an X, which is like in the corner, and then the one that's written as a Q, which is like the hard one. And I'm probably not doing those right because I'm not a native speaker, but my little bit of Zulu. Okay. Yes, thank you for spelling. interesting that you don't have like words for these. Surely there are words for these things, like descriptive words for like the different things that like that different phonology, description, phonology terms. Maybe that is what I want. Let's see. Oh, it's a PDF. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's not really what I want. I just want like general descriptive terms. Come with me on a crash course in linguistics, folks. It's like how the language sounds, right? That's what I'm getting from this. That's what phonology is. How the language sounds, essentially. Essentially, I'm sure that I'm oversimplifying it. Oversimplifying it. Aspirated. Ah, okay. That's when you make pa, pa, you make the noise with the. So I did a little bit of voice studies because I did a drama degree, and in the drama degree, they do a section on voice, obviously, because you need to understand how your body makes sounds so that you can make them properly. I imagine that if you do singing, it's even more intense. But so some of this was built into that because they were trying to teach us how to like not aspirate letters that shouldn't be aspirated and that kind of thing, which a lot of people do. I was hoping for something more like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Many clicking and rolling sounds. It can sound quite harsh to non-native speakers. Morphology. I think that has something to do with its evolution. Oh, it's the form. Study of words, including the principles by which they're formed. Okay, so I wasn't that far off. Oh, okay, so it's the grammar of like parts of speech and I also love how most actual human languages are not straightforward. Like the only human languages that follow clear-cut rules are the really constructed ones. So like Tolkien was a linguist, obviously. I say obviously, like everyone knows that. I don't know if you know that, but Tolkien was a linguist. And the reason that he wrote fantasy, he wrote Lord of the Rings and all that stuff was it started out because he was creating a language. It's so fascinating to think about, actually, like having to think about how languages would evolve amongst particular groups of people, especially really isolated groups of people. Is really, I'm such a nerd. Oh my god, listen to me, I'm such a nerd, but it's so fascinating to me. Like, okay, what if we say something like Irani is one like German, where the words just become all the information is in the word, right? You know what I mean? Here we go. Morpheme-based morphology. Word forms are analyzed as arrangements of morphemes. I like the beads on a string thing. Guys, I'm trying to teach myself linguistics in like 5 minutes. Meaning elements, not form elements. Oh. Item and process. Instead of analyzing a word form as a set of morphemes arranged in sequence, a word form is said to be the result of applying rules that alter a word form or stem in order to produce a new one. An inflection rule takes a stem, changes it as is required, and outputs a word form. Derivational rule takes a stem, changes it as per its own requirements, and outputs a derived stem. Compounding rule takes word forms and similarly. Okay, so compound, I guess, is the thing I'm thinking of. Ah, so cool. Some languages are isolating and have little to no morphology. Others are agglutinative, whose words tend to have many easily separable morphemes. Fictional, fusional. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. God, I'm falling into a major rabbit hole here. So the little bit I know from learning languages is that, like, okay, I've attempted to learn several languages, and I've attempted to learn languages from a multitude of roots. So obviously, I speak English as a first language, which means that I started off with the bastard who steals things from other languages. I've learned Afrikaans, which is heavily based on Dutch and those kind of Germanic languages, which is very. So in English, you would say the blue cat ran towards the dark green, the gigantic dark green garage. Why do I know that gigantic should go at the beginning? I don't know why I know that. That's just the way English works. There is a way that adjectives work that is almost impossible to describe to someone who doesn't speak it as a first language, because even first language speakers don't really get it. There is, like, there's a thing, like, you can go and find it, that there's a rule for it, but we are never taught that rule. We just know that saying the blue gigantic garage sounds weird, but saying the gigantic blue garage sounds not weird. Why? Fuck knows. In Afrikaans, you would say, I've already forgotten the sentence I said, die rooi hond, so the red dog. So in that case, it's the same. That's, I guess, English and Germanic are the same in that way. Hardloop, my Afrikaans is so rusty. Na die groot, I don't know what garage is. House. So in terms of structure of the sentence, it's the same, but in the past tense, it gets rearranged, and you would say die hond het na die huis gehardloop. So the verb goes to the end. Again, I don't know why, because I'm not actually a linguist, but I know that that's a thing, that the past tense, the structure of the sentence in past tense is completely different to English. And then it's actually only in present tense that it is the same, because if you say die hond sal na die huis hardloop, it's still, you're putting the verb at the end, and that's future tense. Sorry, I realize I'm speaking in Afrikaans, so you probably, if you're not Afrikaans or South African, you probably don't even know what I'm saying. In Zulu, the little bit I've learned of Zulu, all the adjectives go after the noun. So you would say, I'm not going to try and speak in Zulu because I'm not very good at it, first of all, but also very few people in my audience are actually going to be able to understand. But you would say, essentially, the dog blew big. The dog blew big, blah, ran. And there are not, in my very limited learning of Zulu, it's very, a lot of the, like, all words of English are incorporated. So you would say, where in English you would say, I buy milk at the shop. In Zulu, I buy is one word, gitenga, milk is one word, ubisi, and at the shop is one word, esi, I can't remember, but the at the is built into the word, so it's kind of, you change the word depending on where it fits. Where am I going with this? And then obviously in German, famously, And Afrikaans does it to some degree as well. They create these insanely long compound words that incorporate a lot of the information into a single thing. I think I want this to be a compound word language. Irani uses complex compound words and which are adjusted based on their grammatical function. This is so fun. It's so dumb how much fun this is, and I realize that the last thing we need is complex descriptions of how languages work in this world, but I don't care because it's fun and I am doing this for the joy. This is a passion project, so I'm allowed to go on rabbit hole wildness if I want. Okay, syntax specifically. Like I understand. I assume it's got something to do with grammar though. Yeah. So it's word order essentially. It's the way that sequence. Okay, so this is going to do most Irani sentence structure usually follows a subject, object, verb structure. The compound provide so like I feel like I need examples. I'm gonna steal a little bit. I don't know if it's still hot. I don't think it is. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, what do they actually call themselves? And it's because it's clicks. That's why the Europeans couldn't say the name, because it's not pronounced koi koi, which is how it sounds. It's pronounced with lots of clicks, and the number of clicks in this language, honestly, put us to put any, yeah, like it's bonkers. Okay, so can you translate to it though? Okay, I'm translating from English actually. So what are the chances that no, they don't have it. Sad. All right, we'll go with Closer. Probably not saying it right. Okay, so spider. So I'm gonna actually just making up languages based on other languages, admittedly, but Sorry, I realize I went quiet, but that's because I'm focusing really hard here. Queen as grammatical object. I kind of need a trying to think of a word that like crosses the like noun verb. Okay. I should have used Zulu because I know Zulu better. That is actually the exact same word as in Zulu, balega. Ah! I want like scuttle. That's probably a, I don't know. Keza. No keza. Oh, that's also the same. Okay, now I'm going to break this down. Alright. Okay, let's see if I can explain what I've done. So, breaks down as oh, I've already broken my own rules. Is the object. No. Yeah. And then What I am going to do is italicize. Although every time I do this, I think about there was a poem written by one of our a Maori poet about how when she was at school, her teacher told her that you should always italicize foreign words, and so she writes the entire poem in English except for the word Aotearoa, which is the Maori word for New Zealand, and she italicizes the entire poem except that word. And I'm like, oh, yes. But every time I do something like that, that's what I think of. Like, foreign is relative. I saw someone talking about the new New York mayor, which awesome, but they were like, foreigners shouldn't hold office. And my response to that was, okay, so from now on, only Native Americans in public office. Cool, I'm on board. Because America, I hate to tell you this, most of you are foreigners by your own. Well, the sorts of people who say foreigners should not hold office are usually, go back far enough, also foreigners. Anyway, so literally the above sentence translates to something like the spider, the tree runs towards fast. I don't know if I'm going to use this stuff, but I like it. Okay, vocabulary. What do you want me to put in here? Usually like some information about, because I know there's a dictionary, so it's just like general information about let's go with traditional. Irani vocabulary is mostly aspects of Aranya life in jungle. Some Aranya individuals who have left and traveled have neologism or not have been a part of that traditional experience. As no word or but no. That's the idea, I think. Okay, writing system. Rani. So, certain web structures. Concepts for Irani covers a jungle that holds danger, a something like that. Okay, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take okay. I feel like I've sort of explained that already. Tenses, oh my goodness. Alright, I've had enough already of this now. But what I am going to do though is, because we have a dictionary, we may as well put the words that we have created into the dictionary. Can I have this on a new page so that I can compare and contrast? Dictionary. So we have this. Oh, pronunciation is hard. You need like IPA for that. And that's a whole nother level of nerdy. I did that for a while because I had a job at one point that was that was wow, Jax. My brain just went, what were we talking about? Oh, I was doing transcriptions of the way people pronounce particular things. Oh, that's annoying that I can't see what I'm doing though. Okay, that's fine. Oh no, there it is. What they mean, right? Okay. What's next? Guys, this is such a dangerous game for me. I could spend far too long. Playing with these things. Not capitalized. Alright, and then we've got a tree. Add to dictionary. Oh, what is towards? Preposition. I should know that, but it's been a while since preposition, since I had to. Think about any of these things really. Okay. Look at that. We have the beginning of a dictionary. Wild. I feel like I've covered some of these things on like syntax and whatnot. I don't know. I'm sure this is going to get mostly only spoken in Malahaya, though Aranya outside of family groups. Alright, let's see what this looks like. I've never done a language page in any detail, so oh, it does. It has like a little dictionary search. That's cute. It's funny though because like it's going to be very limited for all of them. But what it does mean is we can kind of create it as we go a little bit, which is cool. What did I see? Oh, I just need to put doubles at the end. Okay, I'm going to close that one. I don't like having more than one open at a time because I always feel like it's going to go badly. Ah, see, it lost it. That's what I was worried about. Okay, cool. It would be quite fun to do the names. I think are important. Arani. Which can be almost the community. Hello. I'm playing with the Irani language. You missed me go on a major linguistic rabbit hole. Contributions to that. Yeah, it was a whole thing, man. This is what happens when you leave me alone to just rabbit hole like crazy. Um, Basically, I picked a random article that was a stub, and it was this language, and so I've been playing with the language. So I've been making up phonologies and syntax and all kinds of stuff. I even had the start of a dictionary. Wow, I'm a nerd. I could be, doing important game mechanic stuff, and instead I am fleshing out a language that is spoken by a tiny fraction of people in this area. Welcome to my brain. Anyway, so child names. It is very loosely based here, which is why I have this open. Byron, I know, shut up. What are other random things you might see in a jungle? Now these are also going to have to go in the dictionary. Literally was in my head and now it's gone. Oh, that one. No. Motherfucker. Okay, now I'm going to have to copy those. This is the thing, it's even just like making just like making examples makes me make a dictionary. Nope, verb. Guys. What am I doing? This is mental. All right. Anyway, haven't gone down a names rabbit hole. Cool. Um, traditionally not have family names, but may adopt a alarm's going off. What am I trying to say? May adopt a description of the location of their quiet. Ah! What? What? Oh my goodness. That's not really what I want. Okay, now. I feel like that gives the general idea. Let us add this to the dictionary also, and then okay. So we made a language today. Interesting that went on the side there. That's fine. Cool. I think that's probably me for today. My alarm has alarmed. Um, yeah, that was much more of a rabbit hole than I was anticipating, but here we are. That's okay. Um, we might have to add some more as we go, but for now, I'm gonna call it there. Um, I am considering adjusting these streams at least until winter's over because I'm struggling with getting up so early and I haven't been super well. Um, but I also really quite like just hanging out and making shit up, so I haven't decided yet. I guess I'll let you know. But yeah, there may be some days that I just don't, or I start late like I did today. That's just because I am still fighting off winter germs and I keep getting reinfected because I work with children. Um, yeah, so we shall see. Just be patient with me. I'm doing a lot of work outside of these streams though, so um, progress is being made, even if it isn't so much here. Anyway, thanks for coming on this linguistic journey with me today. We did Linguistics 101. We did Linguistics 101 according to Jax, which is skimming Wikipedia and hoping she can figure out enough to use it. um, yeah, I will probably be back on Wednesday morning. But otherwise, I will be probably seeing anyone who's watching this in our test YouTube thingy. You know, Discord thingy. Um, whenever I can grab a little bit of time to work on it. So, thanks for hanging, and wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a beautiful time zone. Love you guys.